costs the same on the JD. So you don't have to have the JD sprayer to do the thing. Plus, with the Kverneland set, you have I think you have the variable width. So yeah, I can do different working widths on those. And I think they also have the, turn off the nozzles at the extremities. So as I say, you're not restricted to the John Deere trailed sprayer anymore for weeding purposes. You can fit the Kverneland with it. And I noticed that because the Kverneland are a Giants mod, which they added, I think, a couple of months before the Precision Farming came out. But because they did that, when Precision Farming came out, they went back and changed that mod to include the spot spray capabilities that the JD have. None of the other in-game sprayers got changed. Honestly, I don't know if any mods, other non-Giants mods, have the sort of the spot and spray capabilities. But that's now an option. And I'm probably going with the Kverneland stuff rather than the JD stuff. Although we should probably include some. So we should be getting close to the end of this. I have been a little less than entirely accurate with the whole ploughing thing. How are we doing on almost 90%? So honestly don't know how many rows, but possibly 3 or 4, and this will be done. And as I said, we'll drive back to the store, which I think we just have to go. There's no direct road, so we'll follow back down there and then back down here. The store's there. We can return the equipment there, but it puts us in a place where we can buy stuff and drive around, which may be what we do. Contract is 90% complete. Yay. But then we start thinking about what we're doing with our farm. And as I said, we might do field analysis with a geologist rather than messing around with the little Azaria Scout. Because we can either buy it, which is, how often do I need it? We bought it for Oakfield, but we had the cash spare, so it wasn't as big a deal. Here, we're starting with the limited budget and pretty much no income for a while, so kind of want to make sure we're not spending money on stuff that we don't have to spend. So potentially renting farmyard equipment unless it's on sale, which is why I'm torn with that subsoiler. Do I want a subsoiler? If I want a subsoiler, I should buy that one. Although 250 horsepower, potentially I won't be able to afford a tractor that can haul it. So maybe I don't want that one. the Roland grain cart. I don't know if I want that. That looks to be a very long wagon. It doesn't hold much, but the length could be an issue. Not saying it's not a bad piece of equipment, and it's at half price, but even at half price is expensive. It's a super expensive piece of equipment. We could get one cheaper that hauls just as much, or at least hauls just as much volume, maybe not as much weight. And yeah, 15,000 litres, 10.5 tons, 21.5 tons carry. So it could be a good thing, but that's 31,000 at half price. And if we went and looked at other grain carts, which are at the top, that is 12.6. I'm pretty sure I've got some mods. That's 12 to 21. That's 22 and 19,000. This is a cheap, but it's a 16-ton trailer. You've got the Massey Ferguson, same size, half the price without even the discount. So it's sort of, yeah, it's a good discount, but it starts out as an expensive piece of equipment, and it's not that great a volume. I'll probably take the Massey. 15,000 litres is probably sufficient. I am all over the field on this one. And yeah, my general philosophy, leasing is not the greatest idea. Leasing a thing with an engine is just expensive. Their daily costs, their hourly costs tend to rack up very, very quickly. I tend to buy the tractor and the grain cart and lease other things because I only need them for short periods. However, you could lease the grain cart for the times you need it. The only time I would suggest you want to buy a grain cart is if you buy something like this, because you can configure it as a bale trailer. And if you lease it, you can't change the purchase configuration. So a trailer like that, I can configure it as a bale trailer. I can run down to the store, I can pick up a ton of seed, I can drop the seed bags on the back of it, drive it back to the farm and unload them. I can do a bale contract, or do some baling, and throughout if I've got grass fields, I'm going to be baling a lot. And then, it's fall, it's time to harvest the main crops. We convert it into a grain trailer for a week, haul those all to market, and then convert it back, take the sides off and back to a bale trailer. Well, that's because I don't have one yet, but that'll happen. I can't even claim I've been practicing. So yeah, I mean that's the argument. If you're going to buy a dolly grain trailer, I think all of the dolly grain trailers base game can be converted from grain carts to bale carts, and so it makes sense to purchase it so that you can edit it or maintain it. But otherwise, if you're buying something that is purely a grain cart and can't be converted into a bale cart, you could lease it. I tend not to, but yeah. Leasing it is not really a fatal mistake, and you can lease it for the length of time you need it. Bale trailers, I mean, the thing is with bale trailers is because if you've got your own grass field, you're going to be cutting it 3, 4, 5 times a year. You're going to want to have that equipment purchased and the bale transporter purchased, just because it's going to work out cheaper, because otherwise you're either going to be paying a daily cost or you're going to be leasing it multiple times a year. With arable crops, and you need the grain trailer at the end of the year when you're shipping the grain. Although if you want the best price, you've got carting from the field to the farm and then carting from the farm to the store. So and then the other thing I do consider leasing, at least for a couple of years, is a harvester, just because we don't have enough money for a good harvester. It's just going to be much easier, I would say, to just rent a mid-size one and get the job done quickly, so the leasing costs aren't exorbitant. You maybe have it for an hour or two and all the work's done. Whereas you could buy one which is a big outlay for something you're only going to use for 2 months, but also you can only afford a small one, so it's going to take you 5-6 hours to harvest your fields. We're not done yet. Come on, keep driving. Yes, we're done. Okay, let's just pick that up. No, put it back into transit mode. Turn the flashing lights on and get back to the road. As I said, we're not going to complete this contract until we get back to the store and can return the equipment. And then it's time to purchase some land and maybe buy ourselves a thing to drive around in.
Look how good Marky's doing.
And
I'm trying to make a rainbow pillow.
well, we certainly picked up some dirt on this trip,
Paint off.
but that's not my problem.
Trying to get this paint off.
When you're done painting, you're going to add some red and purple.
Yeah. Okay.
The other advantage with buying the land, at least now, we can look what's on each farm and figure out. I don't know if there are repair triggers on any of the farms, or sleep triggers. And if there aren't on the farm that we buy, then I'm going to need a repair mod and a sleep trigger mod, or a farmhouse or something. That's the grocery. And it's awesome how quickly the traffic goes. I'm not stuck behind these things. We are having problems going up this hill. That's something to keep in mind, I guess. Oops, that was the store. Okay. Guess we're going on a magical mystery tour.
I'm gonna wash my hands off because I'm all done doing that. I'm gonna do a Well, you don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how I
Can you
do.
reach better and Kate's bathroom?
Yeah, I don't know how I got paint on my hands, so they didn't mean to.
Oh, there's a car coming. Turn into here. Oh, I don't have the quick look mod. I found the quick look mod was had a bit of a problem. Or maybe it was the advanced or vehicle in advanced driving mod in 19. But if you switched it into reverse, it would automatically look out the back window. And obviously the in-game version doesn't work like that. Okay, this should be the store to our left here. Is it? No, this is the tipping area. Is that the store on the other side of the road? Okay.
So this actually didn't get off.
Where am I?
I think it dry on the hand actually. I think you put it dry on the hand, well, we got to what about that?
Come on, TSC.
Yeah, but it's too cold to get off.
Oh no, I'm still up here.
Just do the best you can.
Good grief, I'm not even...
But this,
That's the problem with the round map, because it rotates around the tractor. It doesn't clearly indicate which way north and south is. If I changed the map to square, I would know. I'm nowhere near the store. I can't believe I did that. So,
speak now.
Okay, thank you.
but I do prefer the round map, so we'll go back to that. That's going to be me learning about the different changes in the game. And there we go, 80 kilometers an hour. No idea what that means. I wonder if I should switch to kilometers rather than miles, since all the speed signs are miles. I honestly don't know. I'm assuming this is a Southern Ireland map and not a British map. But it's... I should go back to reading the description and see if there's something in there that gives me a clue.
That actually got pretty much off.
The other thing,
Oh, pretty good. Yeah.
I don't think this map has a village. Something that you get in Calmsden, and I think a couple of the other maps, Attingham Park has a village. It's kind of nice to have a village. So 50 kilometers an hour is 30 miles an hour, and I believe we are at the store. There it is. Yes. Okay. You can have your dirty tractor back. We are done with it. Let's start the engine first. No. Alrighty, let's get paid. Alright, so there's a cultivating contract. I'm not going to do any more contracts today, but the fertilising contract. So, I want to buy some land. Oh, we're not at 5:30, we're only at 5:11. Okay. So, buy land or buy a truck.
Okay, that sounds good.
Trucks are here.
Ooh, got a scratch.
Yeah, I flew on the road and I got down.
So we do have very, very bouncy Land Rover. How much is this? 50,000. Expensive. Oh. Street 2 off-road, street off-road. We'll stick with off-road. Gas can. Oh. Spare wheel on the back. Yeah, that looks good. Lights default. Oh, that looks cool. I don't like the beacon. We'll have that. Attachers. Assume that's on the back. Standard. Front trailer hitch. Yeah, not going to go with the front. Capacity. Bale trailer. Oh. Oh. No, I'm good with that. And I hate that colour.
I said we don't need to do you.
Military green. Yeah.
This is actually kind of heavy.
Heritage. No.
That looks pretty heavy for me.
Burgundy. No. What was that one? Greenish blue. Desert sand. Oh, that's. I think I'm going for the military green. Roof colour. White maybe. Design colour. I'm guessing that's the. If we went back and put the that thing on, it would be green. Okay. And then rim colour is matte grey. Fancy but not silver, light grey, grey, dark grey. How about steel? Don't really have a steel colour, do they? Chrome. Can't tell the difference. We'll go with that. And for license plates, all I'm going to do is that, and it should be front and back. Okay, we have ourselves a Land Rover. Let's buy that. Captain Zank, good morning. Welcome to the stream. And we have a car. Let's go drive. Oh, way over there. This is going to be a bouncy truck. I think this is the Brazilian model, the Santana 88, which whoever the modeler makes these makes them as a South American vehicle, but it does have the advantage of right-hand drive. Okay, let's go look at land. So I am thinking this farm here and possibly that farm there. We'll buy this one, then we'll go see if it's got a house. And if it doesn't, we'll probably buy that one as well because that's not too expensive. So 21,000 for the pig pen. 43 for that. And then the cow field is 99. That's the most expensive. We'll drive down to here, take a look at this. I may buy this field as well, which is only 61. It's 32% off. So normally that'll cost about 100,000. Oh, look. Yes, it's so easy and against the terms of service. So we tend to ignore people like that and then report them. Okay, let's see how this thing handles. Oh, nice. And we do shift gears. It's only got maximum speed of 45. That's good. Because if it had a maximum speed of 90, I would be in a tree. How's our position? Seating position is good. And we're at actually on the right side of the vehicle. Okay, somewhere down here is a right turn, and we will take that and go visit our farm. Now this will let us... Ooh, it has a brake light, that's good. It has a brake warning light on the dashboard for some reason. I wonder if it has turn signals. Yes, it's a generic turn signal. And that's about right. I remember my grandmother had an old 1960s car, and it just had a single light in the dash which flashed when your blinkers were on. So it didn't tell you whether you selected right or left, it just said, hey, some blinker somewhere is on.
Mine is Pikachu.
Which
You
is-
also like Pikachu.
So no surprises that this vehicle
Yeah.
is the
It
same.
doesn't look like that.
So of
Doesn't
course the
mean
next
that
question
one
is
looks
what else
like-
does it do? There's a side turn there. That might
Now
actually
let's
take
put
us into the
windows
yard
over
too.
there.
We don't have to drive all the way past.
Okay. That way I'm jump on trampoline.
And then there's the entrance here. So we've got a silage bunker to our right. As I said, this here
I'm not fully done with my picture.
Is
I'm just going to do my picture later. So I don't want to get any more paint. Someone got off, even though me watching the hangs already.
Look at that.
so that takes seeds, mineral feed. Okay,
Get off, though.
that's good.
This
I
was
think
the
they have an
last
absolute
year.
capacity.
Get off.
Something I wanted to check. Let us turn the lights on. Okay. So that's lights on. That's main beam. Oh, there is a light behind the gear shift. To show that main beam is on or off. Oh, kind of cool. Not sure what the purple light's for.
What should I do for his...
Oh, let's jump out and look at the front. So, standard lights, front lights, cool, and then high beam. Can't see the difference. High beam. You can see the difference from the front when you're looking at the lights. There is no difference between regular and high beam. Good to know. Anyway, let's turn the engine off and jump out now. So, as I said, that's the seed and mineral feed. This here is our farm silo, which is a Farmer 800 OB1000. So we already looked at these silos. Farmer 800. Oh, that one. Farmer 800 OB1000. So 800,000 litres in this thing. Over here, solid fertiliser only. I believe round the corner we have a liquid fertiliser thing. No. This is a pig farm. Okay. A couple of sheds here, and that's the back entrance that we drove past back onto the main road. So we can enter here. No gates on the farm. That's fine. But, this is an open drive-through shed. Unfortunately, no way to drive through it. Purple flower in the shed. Nice. So we said that's a pig
Actually,
place.
I was on the trampoline.